YouTube video, I'm going to teach you and explain what ElasticStack is. Um, so I created a small presentation, and I've also created a Docker Compose setup that's going to allow us to test ElasticStack and and see how it actually works in real time. I prepared a demonstration here, so let's get into it. What is ElasticStack? Well, ElasticStack is comprised of three separate components, I would say. The first is ElasticSearch, the second is LogStash, and the third is going to be what's called Kibana. There's actually a fourth called Beats, and we're going to get into that. So, taken together, this is called ElasticStack. Okay. So ElasticStack is a powerful collection of open source tools used for log management and analytics. It consists of four components: ElasticSearch, LogStash, Kibana, and Beats, each serving a distinct purpose in the log management process. All right. So ElasticSearch is a scalable search and analytics engine. So Elasticsearch is a distributed RESTful search and analytics engine. It's used to store and search log data efficiently, making it a core component of the Elastic Stack. Okay. LogStash is a data processing pipeline. Um, so it collects, parses, and transforms log data from multiple sources. By filtering and enriching the data, LogStash ensures optimal data quality before sending it to Elasticsearch for indexing. Kibana is a web-based interface that allows us to visualize and analyze log data. Okay. And beats are the service that's actually parsing the log data and sending it on over to LogStash. Okay. Beats are a lightweight data shippers, how you call them, that efficiently collect and send log data to either Elasticsearch or LogStash. Okay, and there's different types of beats. So there's a Filebeat, which is what we're going to be using. Metric beat collects system and application metrics. So we're going to be doing a demo where I set this up with Docker Compose. Okay, I spin up all the components, and we're going to see how it works. Okay. So in this demo, I'm using a library called Faker to generate bogus log data here. Okay, so we can index it, so we can send it to LogStash and then visualize it in Kibana. Okay, so first things first, let me go ahead and run the command that's going to generate the logs for us. Okay, so this little log generator, it's using this library called Faker to generate logs for us. So let's see here. So log generator.log, that's what we need to be looking out for. Log generator.log. Okay. So let me make sure. Let me do this one more time here. Let me delete this. Okay, so I'm sorry. So the file name is going to be logs.log. Okay, and let's get this done. Okay, so it creates this file, and it's creating log entries that we're going to be able to utilize and parse into Elasticsearch. Okay, all right. So Faker is just generating this bogus data. You see the dates here. So November 7th at 6:13 a.m. in the morning. Okay, so if we refresh this, it's gonna have a lot of messages here. So what I'm just gonna do here is I'm just gonna copy these and I'm gonna send these to NoSpoon. I think I've already did that. So okay, so in this Docker Compose file here, I'm just gonna go ahead and explain what we have here. So we have 4 services. So the first is going to be Filebeat. Okay, so the Filebeat service, as I described, that's going to be what actually parses the log data. Like in this case, this is the log. So we have Filebeats is what's going to actually parse this data, and this depends on Elasticsearch. Okay, so inside of inside of this filebeat.yaml, which is a configuration file. So these are volumes that I'm basically loading or attaching to Filebeats as it's spun up. So this Filebeats is basically parsing JSON data, okay, and which is what this log actually is. So it's kind of formatted in JSON. Okay, so that means that each one of these keys we're going to be able to index off of those later on, just like a little foreshadowing. Okay, so next in the Docker Compose we have the Elasticsearch. Again, Elasticsearch, that's going to be the open search search engine. Okay, that's going to do all the processing for us. Okay, so the Elasticsearch. So there's one key environment variable that we have to set here, and I actually did a Medium article on this. So the important the ES Java Ops environment variable. So when running Elasticsearch, it's crucial to set this Elasticsearch Java Ops parameter. This parameter configures the Java virtual machine options for Elasticsearch. Specifically, it defines the heap size associated with Elasticsearch Java virtual machine. Okay, so the 2 options are typically set in this this environment variable x mx, so the maximum heap size, and xmx, initial heap size. So the main important thing here is without setting this environment variable, Elasticsearch is just not going to start properly, or you can encounter performance issues. So actually, that caused me a little bit of trouble when I was setting this up. So I want to make sure to point that out. Okay. Okay, so LogStash, again, LogStash is just going to be the log pipeline for in the ELK stack. Okay. And then we have here Kibana. Okay. So I'll make sure this code is available for you, but we basically are tying in all the services which I just provided, and we're going to spin them up and access them and show you how to create an index so you can get the data that we are that we have generated. Okay. So without further ado, let me go ahead and do a Docker Compose up. Okay, so Kibana is going to be listening on port 5601, and it's going to be connected to or reaching out to Elasticsearch in 9200. Okay, so each of these pods are speaking with each other. So Kibana is speaking with Elasticsearch here, and Elasticsearch is speaking to LogStash. Okay. So let's go back over here. So localhost. Okay, I've already actually got this up and running. We can just go ahead and okay. So this is Kibana. Okay, so what we want to do here, this is Kibana. The first thing we want to do is we want to get our indexes. Okay, so indexes is basically, I guess, fields in the log data that we want to parse into and visualize. Okay, you're parsing the Elasticsearch and visualize. Okay, so stack management, we want to go to index management, and we already see that we have it's already recognized in the Filebeats. Okay, that's because we're using these containers and it's already the data is already loaded into it, which is great. So let's see. Let's get a new index. Index patterns. Create a new index. Okay, so let's just file fi, and so we have these Filebeat indexes that again have read the logs that I'm already sending into Elasticsearch. So the name of the index pattern, whenever you use Filebeats, is just it's gonna begin with Filebeat. So I'm just creating like a wildcard to catch all those, and then I'm just gonna get the timestamp. So the timestamp, as I mentioned, that's gonna be a field right here. Okay, so this is the way we can also we can use this value to create like a time series, and graph it out in a time series chart, which will help with the visualization. Okay, so it'll show us how many logs we're getting in a certain amount of time and on overtime, and so it's just a good visualization. So I'm gonna go ahead and create this index pattern. Okay, so I have this index pattern. Now what I want to do is I want to go to Discover, and Discover what it's already done. So this is the index pattern that I've set up, and what do we have here? So we have all the logs that I basically have created here. Okay, so look, this is November 7th, and if we get a message here, where's this message? Error decoding JSON. Okay, so these messages are created by Faker. Okay, let's see here. Message. Let's see here. Message. Okay, so there may be an issue with actually decoding the message here, but the point is, it is definitely has parsed out like the timestamp. Okay, so and that's kind of the point I want to show here today, on basically how to set up, configure, and explain what ELK stack is, and how everything is used together. Okay, to basically kind of serve as a centralized point of consuming log data and being able to run metrics, or excuse me, run analytics on those messages, just to get insight into your application and what's happening in your environment. So that's a really quick overview of Elastic Stack. Please let me know if you have any questions or if anything wasn't clear. I definitely want to continue and move forward with Elastic Stack with a little bit better examples. But I definitely appreciate you watching this video. Please support my channel, The Cloud Shepherd, and look forward to making more videos soon. Thank you.